Hello, my dear student. Welcome back to week 10 Java session number 2. In this session, we will discuss about how to connect Java program to MySQL server. But before that, I'm going to discuss about a very important concept of how to handle errors. Okay, let me give you some example. Like for example, if you have int num1 is equal to 10 and int num2 is equal to 0, and then you have int result is equal to num1 divided by num2. Now num2 is 0, right? Let me ask you one question. Can we can we divide a number by 0? Can we divide a number by 0? No. This is an error. Okay, it's an error. So this line will give error, right? So let me write this program for you and show you the output, and then I will teach you how to handle errors. Okay, so let's begin with this part. So I will go back to my IntelliJ, and here I'm going to make a new project, but it seems little hanged. Okay, so here you go, this is opened here, and now I'm going to make a new project here. So let's go to file. So let's go to file and select new project. Let's click next. Give a name over here, week 10 session number 2. Click finish this window. Let's go to src and let's make a new class file, Java class. Give some name over here. Let's say error handling demo. Okay, this is my class name, error handling demo, and I'm going to use here the entry point, public static void main. Good. So what next here? Next, I'm going to declare 3 variable. Int num1 is equal to 10, int num2 is equal to 0, and int result is equal to num1 divided by num2, right? And then I will say system.out.println, and I will say the result is colon, and here you can say plus result. Okay, so this is very simple program, but there is one problem. The problem is I'm trying to divide a number, okay, by num2, which is 0. So let's try to run this program and see what happens. And you will see some weird message, exception in thread main. So that means he's telling you there is some problem in the main function, and he's telling you java.lang.arithmetic exception. Ooh, so big. And he's saying we are trying to divide by 0, and it is also telling me the line number, that is 6. So this is my 6th line number, you can see over here. So it is telling me that. But let's say you are a programmer, okay, you understand code because you are learning C++, Java. What will happen if some another user is using your program and by mistake he divides a number by 0? If he will get this message, he will get scared. He will say, oh my god, what is this, right? So you need to print some message so that the user can understand easily, right? Am I right with that part? So what we can do is we can put the line into a very special block called try catch. Okay, so just let me see how I am doing. I will delete this line. Okay, let's delete this, and I'm going to use a special block in Java. Please pay attention how I'm writing. You can write this block anywhere. So the word is try, open and close the bracket. Okay, and after you close the bracket, the next thing you can do is you can write catch. Catch, inside this you can use the class exception e. It's a parameter, open and close the bracket. Please look at this syntax and try this. Try to write down on a paper or maybe in your book. Try to write this and try to remember this. I will repeat this how to write. You can try this. Try, open and close the bracket, then catch. Okay, and inside this you can use exception e. Exception means error. What do you mean by exception? Exception means error. Okay, now inside this try block I'm going to write my statement, that is int result is equal to num1 divided by num2. Okay, and in my catch block I will write down system.out.println. okay, and I will say, hey, you are trying to divide a number by 0. Okay, put semicolon here now. And on the next, after you finish this block, try and catch block, on the next line you can write down system.out.println, and here you can say the result is colon plus sign here, and you can print your now yeah, see this, I cannot use the variable result. Okay, it is giving me error. I can't use this variable because this variable is local variable. It can be used only inside try block. So I have to make this variable a global variable. How can I do that? I can do that by using by putting this over here. Put semicolon and remove this int now. Now is okay. We can use this over here. So here you have to initialize with the initial value, that is 0, and then we have, this is important, you have to say int result equal to 0. Okay, and then we can use that variable here. Let's run this program, right click and run it, and look at that. Wow, this is good. So what is happening, this line is okay, this is also okay, this is also okay, no problem, but this line will give you error because we are trying to divide a number by 0, okay, which is an error. So what will happen from here, it will go to catch and then it will print this line for you, hey, you are trying to divide a number by 0. So this is more easy. So if any user who is using your program, if he makes a mistake, then he will get this message, hey, you are trying to divide a number by 0. So this is easy to read and he will not get scared of those message which was getting printed without using try and catch block. Am I clear with this part? Okay. And the most important thing is, even though if there is error, okay, it will go to catch block and it will continue with the next line of your code. Okay, it will continue and it goes here, see, the result is 0 because this is not this doesn't work properly, so it is taking this value. Am I clear with this part? Okay, let me do one thing again. Let me try to do this program one more time without, so I will say result is equal to num1 divided by num2. Okay, num2 is my 0. Let's run this program and see the output again. Now when I don't use try and catch block, it will print this weird message to the user, and the user will never know what is this, right? And also, after this line, it will not go to the next line of your code. Is it printing the result is 0? No, it's not printing. So your program will stop the moment it will see or it will find any error. And if you're not using try and catch block, it will stop your program, and it will not go to the next line of your code. So what is the solution? The solution is to use try and catch block. So if you use try catch block, if this is error, it will go to catch, it will print the message for you, okay, and then it will continue with the next line of your code. Okay, so if I run this program, you will see it is printing my error message. Hey, you are trying to divide a number by 0, and then it continues with the next line of the code. I hope you have understood this part. I'm going to teach you more about try and catch block in the later chapter. Here I have discussed a small part of it because I have to use it in my database connection code. So please remember this topic. Okay, I will just put it. You have to remember try block. There is one try block, and then you will have a catch block. Okay, the catch block, you can print some message. You can print some message, error message. Okay, and in the try block, you can write the code which can give error. Am I clear with this part? So in the try block, you have to write the code which can give error, and in the catch block, you can print some error message. Okay, so with this knowledge, I'm moving to the next part, next topic, that is database, connecting Java code to MySQL server. Okay, now there are some steps which you have to remember. There are some steps which you have to follow, and you have to remember these steps to be followed. Now what are these steps? Step number 1. Step 1. Okay, you need to copy a .jar file. Okay, what is jar file? It's a compressed file. It's a compressed file. You have to copy and paste this file inside JRE, LIB and EXT folder. Am I clear with this part? Okay, now this file, this .jar file, I will ask Kathy to upload on an IIT platform, and you can download from there. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Now where is this file? Let me show you. So this file is, I have downloaded this file here. The file name is MySQL connector. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to copy this file. I repeat, copy this file. Okay, let me write down the name of the file. It is MySQL connector. MySQL hyphen connector.jar file. Am I clear with this part? So you have to copy this file and you have to paste it inside JRE-lib-ext folder. Now where is this folder? Pay attention please. You have to go to your Windows, where you have installed, in which drive. You have to go there, C drive. Then you have to go to program files. Click on this. Then you have to go to Java, click on this. Then you have to go to JDK, click on this. Then you have to go to JRE. Can you see that? JRE, this is what I was talking. You have to go to JRE, okay? Go inside that. Then you have to go inside lib, lib. So this is my lib, and inside this you will go inside ext folder, okay? Inside ext folder. So click on this, and then you have to paste that file. Okay, I have already pasted, so I will paste again. Now look at that, MySQL connector. This is a jar file. Okay, so I have to put this file here. Only after this I will be able to connect Java code with MySQL server, MySQL server. Am I clear with this step? Okay, if I'm clear with this step, let's move on to the next step. The next step is step number 2 is write the Java code. Okay, so let's begin with this Java code. So let's go here, and I'm going to make a new file. So right click, new, Java class, and I'm going to give the name of the file as database connection demo. You can give any name. It is just a name of the class file. Hit enter. So that's the name of the class file here I have. What next? I will write down my entry point public static void main, and here I'm going to say string and args. Okay, great. So this is what you have to do. Next thing, you have to use the try block, which I just said, try, and then you have to write catch. Inside this you can write exception e, open and close bracket. Am I clear with this part? Right, I hope I'm clear with this topic. Inside this you can write down some error, system.out.println, and then you can print the message e dot, here is a function get message. Okay, e is a variable of type which class? Exception class. Okay, so I'm using that e, and I'm using a function to print the error message. Okay, so far so clear, right? Now you have to follow the next step. The next step is to load the driver. Load the driver. Okay, now what is driver? The next question is, what is driver? So let me explain you this with the help of an example. For that I'm going to use PowerPoint. So let's open this. Okay, so let me grab my pen here. Okay, all right, so let's say there is one person. Okay, there is one guy who's coming from where? He's coming from India. Okay, he's coming from India, and then but where he has come? He has come to China. Okay, and in China there is one person. This guy is a Chinese. Okay, Chinese person. He's from China. Now these two people wants to talk with each other, but there is a problem. He can he can speak Hindi. Hindi is India language. Hindi, Hindi, Hindi. Okay. Plus, he can speak. Um, no, he can only speak Hindi. This guy can speak only Chinese language. Now, how these two people can communicate? Can you tell me? They cannot communicate with each other, right? Because he cannot speak Chinese and this person cannot speak Hindi. So what is the solution? We need to find a third person, okay, who can speak both the language. He needs to speak, he can speak and understand Hindi plus Chinese. Plus Chinese. Okay. Now this guy will communicate in Hindi to him, and then he will translate that Hindi to Chinese. So he will speak in H, and then he will translate it to C to him, right? And then this person will speak in Chinese to this guy, C, and then this guy will translate to Hindi H, right? So what this person is very important, right? He's very important guy, very important, important person. Now same thing happens in program. Now you have a Java. Okay, Java is a product of which company? Can you tell me? It's a product of Oracle. Oracle. And MySQL. MySQL is some another product. Another product. Now this Java and MySQL want to communicate, want to talk with each other. Okay, they want to talk with each other. They cannot talk directly. They can't. So we need to use a driver. Okay, I repeat, we have to use a driver. So so the driver will help to communicate with each other. So this communication is possible because of this driver. I hope you have understood. You can compare this driver with this important person. Am I clear with this part? If this is clear, then in your Java program, let me tell you who is this driver. This driver is this one, MySQL connector. Okay, so this is a driver, and we need to write a code. We have to load. We have to load this driver. Okay, in my Java program. So how to load this program? You need to say class dot for name, and inside this you have to say com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver, jdbc dot driver. Okay, put semicolon. Please look at this line. You have to remember this line. Class dot for name com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. It is the name of the driver which I want to load in my program. We are loading the driver in my program. This driver will help the Java code to communicate using this to my SQL server, and I have to open my SQL server. So let me open my SQL server. Click on this. Okay, now when I open my SQL server, I have to use which user? Root user. Okay, pay attention to this. I will do one thing. I will take a picture of this for you. Okay, so we have to use a root user, and this is the address of the server, localhost 3306. Maybe if you have changed this number, it will be different. Okay, so please, when you start your MySQL, you can take a picture of this, and you have to remember this localhost, and also you have to remember the mima of root. Do you remember I asked you to set some password for root? Okay, so you need to remember the password of that. So let me use that password of the root user. Okay, so I will click on this. I don't have to enter the password again and again because it is already there. Good. So MySQL is ready. Let's go back, and the driver I have already loaded. Now is the time to get connection. Okay, so you have to write the code to get connected. Get the connection. What you have to do now? You have to use a class called connection class. Please look at this connection. It's an interface, okay, or maybe you can think of it as a class at this moment. So I want to use this, and this is coming from where? It is coming from java.sql. This is a package name, java.sql. Click on this, okay, and then you have to say con is equal to, okay, there is another interface called driver class called driver manager, okay, you have to use this driver manager dot get connection. Get connection is a function. Please look at this line. Connection is interface, con is a variable, driver manager is a class, and dot get connection. Okay, and the most important thing you can see, this interface and this driver manager class is coming from which package? It is coming from java.sql package. Is it clear with this part? Get connection is a function in this class, okay, and it's a static function. Static. If it is a static function, I don't have to create object to use the function. I can use the static function directly with the class name. This is what I am doing. Now inside this connection get connection function, you need to put three information. First information is the URL, comma. Second information is the name, and the third information is the password. So you have to put this three information. Now the first information is URL. Okay, URL. What is the URL? You have to say JDBC, okay, colon MySQL colon double slash. Then you have to give the address of your MySQL. What is the address? Localhost. Okay, localhost colon 3306. This is my port number 3306. Put slash, and then you have to give the name of the database. So I have to create one database. So let's create database, HYIT. Let's click execute. Okay, my database is created. You can see this HYIT, right? So I have to use this database HYIT in my program here. So this is the address of the server, and I'm connecting to this server by using JDBC MySQL. And then I have to tell which database I want to connect. I want to connect to HYIT. Is it clear with this part, right? Everything is clear, right? Then in the user, you have to tell the user is root, and then you have to give the password. Okay, you have to give the password. Okay, on the next line or the next step, what you can do is you can just run this program to check if you are getting any error or not. So let's run this program to check if we are getting any error for this two line of code. So let's build this program here. So build is successful. You can see here there is no error, and I'm also going to run it. So run this. When I run this program, I'm getting one error, as you can see on the screen, like unknown initial character set. Okay, so how to solve this error? Please pay attention. This is very important. How to solve this error? Unknown initial character set index 255 received from server. So if you will also get this error. How to solve this error? It's very easy. You have to just put here question mark, and then you have to say character. Okay, character encoding. Character encoding is equal to Latin 1. Okay, let's run this now again. Okay, so there is no error at all. Okay, now if I do some wrong here, if I say you know some another username, if I give wrong username, and let's right click and run. If I give a wrong username, it will give me error. Client does not support authentication protocol. So that means there is no this user. So you have to be careful with this username. It's root. Okay. And if you put a wrong, port number, like let's say 406, and if I run this, it will give you error. Yeah, that's a big error. See this? So it cannot connect to that. Okay. It's a big error. So you need to be careful with this, with this port number. Okay, if everything is okay and if you run this program, you will not get any error. See, I'm not getting any error now. Am I clear with this part? So this two line will help you to get connected to the database, and I'm connected to my database now. Next step. What is the next step? The next step is I need to create some table here, right? So I'm going to say use HYIT. Let's click execute. So it is now dark, okay, because now I have started using HYIT. Inside HYIT, I'm going to create a table. Create table, okay, let's say student login, open and close the bracket. Inside this I'm going to have let's say name, which is going to be varchar, let's say 20, and put comma, and I will take the marks. For marks also, I'm sorry, not marks, I will take password. Okay, let's put, for password also I'm going to use varchar, let's say 25. Okay, let's execute this, and my table is created. Okay, my table is created. We can refresh to see, check. So refresh, and you will see my table is here. Now we need to insert some information. So insert into student login, values. uh, we can insert some value. The first is the name, right? So let's enter Tom, comma, what is Tom's password? We can put some password here, Tom at 123, Tom at 123, right? Let's hit execute, put semicolon here, and copy this, copy, okay, and paste it few times. And here you can change the name to Sam. Let's change the password to Sam at 123. Here you can modify to Ram. Okay, Ram. Here you can say Ram at 123. Then you can use Sanjay, and here you can use Sanjay at 123, right? So these are all my insert statement, and I'm going to click execute to insert all of them together. See, look at that. All of them have been inserted. Now we can check. How can we check? We can write select star. Star means all the column from which table? Student login table. Okay, click execute, and look at that. My name is here and my password is here. For every name there is one password, right? Now what I want to do is I want to connect my Java program, okay, with this database. I have already connected, and I want to get all the information from this table and display in my Java program. Okay, now to do this, you have to write some more code. The next code is you need to create a statement. You need to create a MySQL statement. Okay, MySQL statement. So how to do that? You can use a statement interface. okay, which is coming from java.sql. So select this and it will come here, java.sql statement. Okay, so statement, you can say stmt is equal to, okay, you have to use this object now, con. So here you have to say con dot, there is a function called create statement. Look at this function is coming here, create statement. So using this connection, you are creating a statement, okay, which you are storing into stmt. Okay, the next line is you have to store the result into an interface called result set. Okay, so result set is interface which is coming from this package java.sql. So result set, you can say rs is equal to stmt. Stmt, what is stmt? Stmt is a variable of statement. So stmt dot, there is a function called execute query. You have to use this function called execute query, and now you have to write your query here. Select star from student login. Okay, from student login. What is student login? Student login is the name of your table. So you need to write this query here inside the function called execute query, and this function belongs to which object? It belongs to stmt, which is a variable of type statement. How can you create statement? By using connection object con of type connection. So everything is linked. So you can create MySQL statement by using con object, con dot create statement. You are storing into stmt. Using stmt, you are using a function called execute query, and then you are writing your query here. So this line will return all the record. All this record will be returned and it will be stored into rs. Okay, rs, it everything will be stored into rs. The next line we have to check, while rs dot next, while rs dot next. Okay, because rs is a table now. Are you understanding? Let me put a draw it over here for you. rs is a temporary table. Okay, it's a temporary table, and here you will have all the records which is coming from the database. How many columns? Two columns, right? So we have name and we have password, right? Then we have Tom, some password here, and then we have Sam, some password here. So we are just, my pointer will be here. Okay, my pointer will be here, and we are checking while rs.next. That means, do we have a next record? It will return true. Yes, there is a next record. So if it is true, it will go inside this while loop, and inside this while loop I'm going to print system.out.println, and I will say rs.get string. Okay, get string. Why I'm using get string? Because my let me use describe student login. Hit execute. Now see, name is varchar, okay, and password is varchar. Varchar means it is a string. Okay, so here we have to, in Java code, because rs, see, rs holds, this is my first column and this is my second column. So rs dot get string is a function. Get string is a function. So I'm using that function rs dot get string. Which column number? Column number 1. That means I want to get this value from here. Okay. So rs dot get string, column number 1. You can, next line you can put plus sign, double quote, put slash t, tab, plus sign again, then rs dot get again string, get string. This time you will put 2, column index number 2. That's it. Your program is done. Yes or no? Your program is over. Now I'm going to run the code to show you the output. And wow, we can see all the name. You can see this name is coming. The name and the password for Tom, Sam, password for Sam, Ram, password for Ram, Sanjay, password for Sanjay. So all the name and password is getting printed. Good, great. So everything is perfect. My Java code is connected with my SQL server, and we are retrieving all this information. But I want to check, select star from student login. Okay, now there is a clause, there is one condition called where name is equal to, I will put some name here, let's say Tom, and password is equal to Tom at 123. Okay, so this is a condition where name is equal to this and password is equal to this. So this is a condition now. So if I execute this, it will return me the name and the password if it is there. Let's say if I put Akash, do I have Akash and his password is Tom at 123? No. So it will return nothing. There is no password. There is no such name and password. Right? Are you understanding this? If I select this two line, then I have like Ram at 123. So let's say I want to display for Ram. Name is Ram, and means both the condition has to be true. So there is Ram, yes, true, but the password is not Tom at 123. There is no, right? Let me do it again. Only this much part. Yes, there is one. His password is Ram at 123. So I need to modify this Ram at 123. Execute. Yes, there is one person. So we need to do this in our Java code. How to do this? Can you tell me? Please help me. You can stop my program and you can do this by yourself. Okay, but I'm going to tell you something here. We can just use system.out.println and we can ask the user to enter the name. Enter your name, colon, plus sign here. Okay, I will also need the scanner class. Okay, so I'm going to use scanner sc is equal to new scanner system.in. This will help me to take input from the user. So let's come back where I was taking here. Let's come back here and let's say string name is equal to sc dot. Okay, next. So this will help me to take the name. Same way, system dot out dot println, enter your password. Okay, I'm asking the user to enter his password, and the next line we have to say string pass is equal to sc dot next. Okay, this will help me to take password. Now the next step is select star from student login. We have to write the where clause where name, okay, where name is equal to single quote, because in my SQL I write here single quote, yes or no? So I must put that single quote here. Then come out and put plus sign. Then we have to put this name. What is that? Ram. And that name is coming from here. So we have to put that name over here, name, plus sign again, double quotes. Then we have to close this single quote. Yes or no? We have to close the single quote. So close the single quote, put space and, okay, and what is the next thing? Password. So right here, password is equal to, again single quote, okay, then again plus sign, and the password is coming from where? it is coming from this variable pass, right? So put that pass over here, pass plus sign again, double quotes, and then you have to close this single quote. So close that single quote over here. That's it. This is done here. Okay. So I'm going to run my program to check whether my program is working fine or not. Now here what we can do is we can write some condition. If, now I'm using if r, now please pay attention, this query will return only one record. Yes or no? It will return only one record because we are checking for name and the password. So it will return only one record. So I will just say if r is dot next. If it is true, then what I will say system dot out dot println. Okay, and I will say login is successful. Okay, I will just print this. Okay, on the next line, what you can do is 1 minute. You can also write else part else. Okay, system dot out dot println, and you can put here login failed. Am I clear with this part, right? So let's run this program and check out our output. So right click, run. He's asking me to enter name, and I'm going to enter Akash. Enter password. But do we have Akash? Let's select this much part, execute. There is no Akash, right? So it will be error. So password, let's put some password. This is my password. Enter, and you can see login failed. It's not working. So let's run this again. Enter the name. This time I'm going to enter Sam. So enter Sam. Hit enter. What is the password? Sam at 123. Sam at 123. Hit enter. Wow, look at that, login successful. Okay, that means my code is working perfectly well. So that's all, my dear student. This is what I wanted to teach you today. I know few things are very new to you, but you need to remember these steps. Okay, you need to by heart these steps, and in the later chapter we will discuss more about it. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing which I want to discuss. There are some homework for you. Home assignment. Question 1. Write a program to connect to MySQL server and implement login in Java. Implement login in Java. Okay, the same program, this program. You have to do this program. Okay. Second question number 2. Write down all the steps to connect to database, MySQL database. So what is the answer for this? I will give you the answer for this one. The answer is following are the steps. What are the steps? Step number 1, load the driver. Yes or no? How to load the driver? You have to say class dot for name. Okay, this is the line here. Class dot for name. So I will just copy and let me put this here. So this is step number 1. Next, step number 2. Make the connection using driver manager class. Okay, and let me grab that code here. So this is the step number 2. You have to remember this. Okay, here you can use your password, whatever is your password. Then third, step number 3 is create the statement. How to create the statement? This is the way to create the statement. Step number 4, store, execute the query, execute the query and store the result into into result set, that is rs. Okay, what is the code for that? Here is the code. So this is step number 4. Okay, so that's it. These are the 4 steps which you have to by heart, because this will remain same whenever you want to connect to database. That's all, my dear student. Please do your homework and share your homework on QQ group. uh, okay, see you next week with some more interesting topic. Goodbye.